The following program is for mature audiences only. None of the information provided is intended to be medical or any other professional advice requiring licensing through any regulatory agency. It is for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Amy Satori. I'm an intuitive spiritual counselor assisting in raising the vibration of our planet. I was born with extraordinary gifts, experienced enlightenment for 6 months years ago, speak light language, and channel a being called Celeste, who is an ambassador for a Galactic Council of 60. I am able to scan your energy field for emotional blockages and talk to or aid in the healing of your organs using Qigong energy healing. I can also help you make decisions, talk to your pets, deceased loved ones, and your friends and family's higher selves. I can help you navigate your relationships and answer pressing questions in your life by talking with the unseen world. I use these skills I've developed to translate the images, feelings, impressions, and messages I'm given while tuning into you and your situation. I work Thursday through Saturday as a psychic for the Lighthouse Bookstore downtown Boulder, Colorado, and conduct remote readings all over the world. You can order a private reading from my website at amysatori.com. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow me here on Podbean, Instagram, my 1111 Twin Flame Forum on Facebook, and YouTube. Set a reminder in your phone to call live on the show any Sunday, 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, or 8:30 Eastern to ask me a question, receive a blessing, or have me do some energy work on you. So, my friends, without further ado, let's get to today's show. Hey, thank you for tuning into the Satori Show. Really appreciate you being here. One of the first things that I would like to do this evening is do a clearing because there's just a lot of paranoia going on right now and a lot of people being afraid of a lot of things. So try your best not to get caught up in that kind of energy. And if you're wondering, more on that subject, then you can definitely check out my video about dark forces. Hopefully that will support you in some way. But the best way to deal with dark forces is to pray for clarity, pray to see the truth in all things, use your own discernment, go talk to your higher self, not your guides, because there can be false spirit guides. There can be false energies that are around you. People have bad motivations. They can try to turn you on people. So just be very discerning and go within for your own knowledge, go to your higher self. If you speak light language, because it'll really help you. You could even do like a moldavite and rose quartz on your heart or whatever resonates with you. Use that to align your head and your heart. And you could even do self-hypnosis or something with like delta brainwaves that like really put you in a relaxed state to where you can really get to the heart of the matter with your higher self. But anywho, without further ado, let's do a light language blessing for everybody listening tonight. And my intentions are going to be to clear any type of entities and any type of doubt or confusion so that you guys can see clearly. And so I'll tell you any other messages that come through as I do this, okay? Hashi mokonsa alapatena andakai ha umvokonta and labaraina dai. Ashosuma amoai enkanta anza lakrena halehupu unza zai karab ema hale unchonsa tekina talaprona tatais. Sakashosomo umokaina alakatena zatse hashasitina kapon atzena lakor morate. Okay, so it's really important that we create a sense of community through this. This year is especially a time of being authentic, being real. If you're not real and you're not authentic, the truth will come out. So don't worry about that. That takes care of itself just by nature. You will have a tower moment if, you will have anxiety, you will have confusion, you will not know who to trust. You will be feeling a little manic, I guess, if you're if you're not on the right track or if you're being led by darkness, and you usually will know. You'll feel really uncomfortable or you won't feel yourself. So get help if you need to, but it's best if you can really learn to discern within yourself and your own intuition and your own higher self at this time. Because I really do believe we're coming into a time of depending on intuition and telepathy, and you will not be able to lie. You just won't. You may be able to fool people right now, but as time goes by, there will be no more manipulation, no more lies. And some of you are going, oh, that sounds like my twin. I just felt that. That's so funny. But yeah, it's like we as the earth evolves, as we ascend, the imposters will be shown. So don't worry about, like, some people get like, oh, I don't know what to trust or what to do and all that kind of stuff, but just release all fear. That's the key to it all. That is the answer to it all, is release all fear. If you can get to the point where there's a really awesome quote. I'm going to look for that quote and I'm going to put it in the description of this video. Okay, guys, and of the show. So, and it's a quote about fear. If we could just eliminate fear and people believing silly stories, the silly stories meaning lies that they're telling other people, lies that they're being told, lies that they tell themselves, all illusions will be dropped if you can just get out of fear. Behind fear, there's something that you feel that you need, and it engages the ego to get it. So, and it can be pretty aggressive in that pursuit, and it can be pretty lacking in the conscience, I guess you could say. And if you're wondering, I wonder if I could have dark forces. I wonder if I have stuff like that on me or anything like that. You would say, you would feel that, and you would know to an extent. I mean, sometimes you can be kind of sucked in to the other side if you're not scanning your system on a regular basis looking for it. If you don't realize you've kind of been taken over or somebody's done black magic on you, then I suppose you may not know. But yeah, there are a lot of instances where you probably wouldn't know, come to think of it, but you would be acting different. You would be feeling different. You'd be wondering why you're so agitated, kind of thing. So anyway, don't get paranoid. Just clear your field. Listen to that light language blessing, and with the intention of clearing your field completely. And there's something else I was going to say, and it totally slipped my mind. So if our peeps want it to come through, then it'll come through with one of you guys in one of these talks tonight. So thanks for being here, you guys. And I see some callers here, so I'm just going to start picking up and talking to you guys. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, Amy.
Hi, who's this?
Think you were... ML.
Oh, hey.
I'm outside shoveling my walkway, so I didn't think I was going to get picked up. I think you started talking about doing hypno.
I just saw you the other day.
You did?
Yeah. Or I think I did.
Okay.
Did I not? Did you see me? Did we see each other?
No, it's been a while, Amy. I've been listening to your YouTubes, and it's the last one I listened to. I think you talked about you're going to start doing some hypnosis.
Yes.
I've been listening to different YouTubes, and I've been listening to Dolores Cannon, and then also, what's her name, Alba Wyman.
Okay.
And it talks about past life regressions. It talks about what the forgiveness and
you're cutting out
as our lesson. Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay. I just want to be able to hear you.
They talk quite a bit about what they do in the.
Okay. I still can't hear you.
Oh,
okay. Maybe I should I just explain what the hypnosis that I'm going to be doing is about?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to ask. Yes.
Okay, so basically what's really cool about it is I've only gone through past life regressions like a couple of times. And is that your phone or mine? Can you maybe mute your phone? Oh, let me mute you for a minute. Yeah. I'll get you back on as soon as I'm done with the explanation. I'll unmute you again. Okay, hang on. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so she's on mute for a moment while I explain this. But basically, there came a time when I was like, you don't have to look into past lives. That's just silly stuff. And what's in the past is in the past, and we can just leave it there. But there's also been a lot of benefit. Like, I liked somebody who was really shy, and I couldn't rack my brain around. Like, he kept watching me, and I would see him watching me, and I'd be like, why do you keep peeking at me? I know you're looking at me, but you're not doing anything, and you're not saying anything, and you're not asking me out, and there's obviously something between us, and nothing was happening. And so I was like, what the heck? And it made me curious enough. Obviously, the universe was like, look into this. And so I got curious about past lives because there's nothing in this life that explained that behavior between us. And I ended up finding like 5 different past life things that happened between us that were just explained everything. I was shocked. I thought, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. Like, if he knew this, his mind would be blown, and he would totally understand as well, like why he's doing what he's doing, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and the whole thing. It explained everything. And then it became easier for us to communicate. So sometimes there can be these blocks from like ancestral beliefs, there could be unrequited love or what do you call it, star-crossed lovers type stories in your family that have become beliefs that are in your, like, they're like embedded in your DNA, and they continue on for a long time. So they can be kind of a part of who you are in a way. You carry that karma forward. So what you can do is go back and just the type of hypnosis that I do. Let me go back to that. Is that I relax you. I get you into a state of total relaxation. And then I take you through a script that I read. Just basically, I get to know you in an interview, an extensive interview. We take a look at your full history, not to go into too many details, but I get to know you really well. Let's just say that. Just so that while you're under, I know if somebody comes forward or some kind of being comes forward, or you're talking to your uncle or something and something major happens and you guys have a communication, I'll know what to do. I'll know your relationship to him and what's going on there. But basically what happens is I talk you into a really relaxed state where you're fully conscious and you can pay attention to everything going on, and you're perfectly awake, and you can always just snap out of it if you want to and go to the bathroom or whatever you got to do. But you basically are just so relaxed that we ask your higher self to come forward. Not any guides, not any galactic beings, not any kind of that stuff, but your true higher self, the one that's truly looking out for you and knows who best to pull through if needed. So we bring your higher self through and have some communication there between you and your higher self. You give me questions beforehand as to things to ask your higher self. And then your higher self can choose to show blockages in your system, or might choose to show you, past life stories that correlate with what's going on and these blockages you have. All kinds of things. You can go in with all kinds of different intentions depending on what you want to happen or what's going on in your life and what do you want to find out. And I've got a whole list of different types of regressions that we could do depending on what you feel like you need. But I'm basically your guide through the whole thing, speaking with your higher self. And you get to keep the recording and listen to it afterwards, because you probably won't retain it. You'll just listen to it maybe a year or two later and just be like mind blown by all the information that came through. But it's been really cool. I've been doing it with other practitioners, and I've been doing a self-hypnosis on myself, and I can't tell you how incredible it's been. And so it really does help. If you have some kind of a physical ailment also, you could talk to your higher self about what's going on with that physical ailment. Sometimes something happened at that age that you started having that ailment from a past life. So when you make the correlation, and sometimes just seeing it releases it completely. So anyway, yeah, that's coming up soon. Within the next week or two, I'll start offering to those who would like it. It takes about like an hour to 2 hours. So I'm going to see if you have any questions now. Do you have any questions about what I said?
No, that's exactly what I wanted to ask, was about your hypnosis. And is it on your website? Can we start scheduling? I know that you said you're going to start putting it on there, like the cost.
Soon.
How much?
It's through WellPoint Hypnosis Method. So they want to make sure that all the practitioners are saying the same, using the same verbiage and all that kind of copyright stuff. So they're taking a look at my page to make sure that everything is within integrity of what they stand for. So it's in review, but as soon as I get passed and they give me the thumbs up, then we're good. Okay. So, and I'll put an announcement on Instagram. If you're on my Instagram, you'll find out sooner than anybody probably.
And I missed the fact, if you've already stated it, how does somebody scan themselves?
That's a great question. So basically what your higher self would do is if you can imagine just kind of some kind of state-of-the-art sci-fi thing. I do it with my Qigong all the time too. So I can do a lot of this stuff like for you in our regular sessions. I can do healings and Qigong scans and energy scans and all that kind of stuff. All the stuff that I do in the past life thing, I can do myself in our sessions. But this is a very specific method that really has been kind of groundbreaking, and it's got like delta wave frequencies involved too. So really opens you up and puts you in a heart-centered place, and it's just really beautiful. It's a whole experience rather than, a reading and a clearing. Anyway, so if you can just imagine like a body in front of you, and you are like Superman or something, I don't know, like picture just like a laser going down the body and like detecting any blockages, and people have them all the time. It could be insecurities, it could be jealousy, comparison to others comes up a lot. People have a lot of anger and resentment in their system. Sometimes if it's in something that they don't like that they're hearing in their environment, they'll develop the kind of redness in their ear, or a lot of physical elements. Actually, all physical elements come from emotional elements. So if I see something in somebody's field, basically I talk to the thing that's in the field. It's like everything has consciousness. So I can like talk to your organs, say your ear is red and it's all inflamed. I can ask your ear, like, what's going on here? Are you okay? What are you feeling? And then you kind of talk to the body part like it's a person. And they're very sweet because they're kind of like children, or they're like animals. They're just sweet and pure and innocent, and they'll listen to anything you have to say. So if you just tell it, we don't have to be mad about that anymore. We don't have to be upset. Or like one lady had breast cancer in one breast, and the other was healthy as far as she knew. And she came to me, and I didn't know about her breast cancer or anything, but I picked up on her other breast being alarmed. And I was talking to it for a minute, and it was like, it kind of looked over at the other one, and it was like, I don't want the same fate as that one had. And so I told it, I was like, no, that's, that one needed to do it for whatever reason, but you're good. You don't need to go through the same thing or anything. I just had to talk with it. And she never had any issues with it after that. But, yeah, that was pretty interesting when you're able to talk to those body parts and things, what they'll end up saying. But yeah, so basically that's what it's about. And scanning yourself is kind of just like, you could just ask it's not, when you're doing it consciously, when you're trying to do like a meditation on yourself and you're just like, just trying to do it, it's like better if you have more experience being a healer and tuning into those types of energies. I mean, you could try it, but, it's better if you can have music that aids it, if you can have frequencies that kind of bring you to a relaxed, receptive state, so your higher self can come through and kind of take charge, because they know better what they're doing. And anyway, I don't know if I've answered your question, but basically scanning the field is just getting yourself in a certain state of mind and working with the energy that's in your field that shows up in your field as blockages, and then learning how to transform that energy, how to release it, to let it go, that type of thing. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, and I'm actually the lady that you talked to my breast.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, you're that Elle. I thought you were a totally different Elle. This is so crazy. Oh my gosh! How was your breast?
As far as I know, it's fine.
Oh, that is so funny. I can't even believe. Oh. Yeah. How's everything else?
Well, and that's what I want to, get in tune with myself. So I think I'll make schedule a session with you, okay. And we can move from there.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Okay, so where are we at here? Okay.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. Who's this?
This is Charlotte.
Oh, hey. How you doing, Charlotte?
I'm doing okay. Sandman didn't listen to you. He still leaves the yard.
Who?
Sandman didn't listen to you. He still leaves the yard.
Oh, did he?
Yes. In fact, I had it was so long last time I had to put his litter box out because I think he got lost.
Oh my gosh. They can be like teenagers, I swear. I had this cat Neo that was the same way. I mean, he just refused to listen to any kind of, you tell them what to do and he's like, So, do you want me to talk to him about that?
Yeah, please. He just waits longer now until he leaves.
Okay, so everybody knows this is her cat.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on a second. Hey, Stan, what's up? He said he's been sticking closer to the house. I think that scared him. He's showing me that.
Lost the other day?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, okay, I get the point.
He's got a scratch on his side, too.
Ooh, see? Sometimes the universe will show you why there's rules in place, that type of thing. No, he's showing me that he really doesn't want to have anything to do with going too far out there right now. So, what else?
Okay.
Dan, bad boy.
Oh, I smudged my house with the stuff you told me to get. How is the energy of my house?
Stan has something else to say first, real quick. Hang on.
Okay.
It feels like he has more fun outside. There's more fun stuff to do. So if you could, I don't know, get him does he have like a cat post or anything like that? Toys?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have all kinds of toys.
He wants something that moves fast. I don't know if you'll think about getting a laser or a ball that you can kind of throw across the room that he can take off after. He wants more interactivity, interactive play.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever you can come up with.
Yeah,
there's battery operated toys.
Snap hair bands across the room too.
Well, there's like these toys that like they have that like a round scratch post thing where the cats can kind of, and then there's a ball that runs around, and then there's like a thing that will fly up out of it, if they know that there's movement going on. So you just get one of those, something that can really kind of like make him fascinated, that he'll really want to watch. Okay, so house. How does the house feel? Let me take a look here. It's all good except for it feels like the kitchen needs a little help for some reason. Over by the cabinets.
Okay, I'll smudge the kitchen again.
Okay, open up the cabinet doors maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do the trick. They said that'll do the trick. Let me just. Are there any rooms that are like in question? Because it looks really good. I don't really see any. Oh.
No, you just told me last time I needed to smudge it.
Okay. No, you're good. It looks good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking up and down now too, like, because there might be something. Nope, nothing. Just do just open up, just open the cabinets and sage. It just feels like there's been some like anger and slamming cabinets, not necessarily by you, but maybe people who lived there before or something like that. So to get out some of the anger feeling that's still there.
Okay. I've been wondering about that.
Yeah, there's residual energy sometimes.
Yeah.
And it can be there from ghosts. It can be there from, people who were there before that had, that thought about certain things repeatedly all the time, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they kept their dogs out 24/7 out in the yard.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No.
Quick check.
One more. What's going on with the twin flame situation?
Okay. It's really funny because he kind of feels settled about it. It's like he's got a plan and he's just kind of sitting on it. He's not taking action right now. He's just, what?
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, he's just sitting on it. It's like he's waiting for a certain 3 weeks. What's happening in 3? Is there any kind of special occasion in 3 weeks or so?
Not that, I have no clue.
Okay. There's something he's waiting for. I don't know what, but he feels really relaxed about it and really good about it. Reaching out. He said reaching out. He's going to reach out to you in like 3 weeks.
Maybe it's his divorce.
Oh, maybe. Yes, I get a yes. Yeah, he's going to feel something must be happening maybe on his end. Maybe she'll be completely out of the picture by then, or maybe, something like that.
Yes, yeah. I haven't talked to him in almost a year, so I wouldn't have any idea what's going on. And I finally figured out what all that art, like me swearing, the swear words coming out of my mouth for no reason. I think I was picking up on arguments between him and his karmic.
Ooh, isn't that interesting? I get a yes, actually.
Possible?
I've never heard of that happening, but yeah. Wow.
Yeah, she was in front of me and the words were going at her.
Yeah, that's crazy because, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, I had a divine feminine I was talking to earlier today, and she said that she felt like really kind of confused and all this negative energy and stuff like that. And she just felt really unsettled. And so I looked at her, I was like, well, I saw some stuff on her, but I was like, you look fairly okay. I was like, let me check your twin. And I looked at her twin and I was like, oh my gosh, he's going through a major attack. I was like, I don't know what's happened on his end, but like there's all kinds of things all over him. So, that can totally happen.
2 days ago, I started crying out of the blue. And I knew it wasn't mine, and I asked Larry if he was okay, in my head, telepathically.
Telepathically, yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what hit with him.
Wow. Okay, so this is really great for the listeners to hear because so many twins, they'll wonder why they're feeling something, And so it is good when you can communicate with your twin and find out what's going on their end when those moments happen. If you can't, though, just send them blessings. Just send them love. And
sending him pink and red hearts.
Perfect. Yay. That's good.
And
that's good. It's always pink is good. White with like either gold speckles or like fairy dust, kind of like rainbow colored speckles, or silver, anything you can think of like that. Just send them love, or even just like touch your heart and just say, I love you. Everything's all right. I love you. And you speak to him in your heart. You're speaking to yourself. It's ho'oponopono. It's a form of ho'oponopono. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you. I had already said I love you twice, so I guess that was funny. Sometimes the universe plays with you that way. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So So do that, and Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Right.
Great news.
You're welcome.
3 weeks.
Yay.
Yay!
All right. Keep us posted. Gosh, people are going to be coming into union this month. So I hope those of you who are listening are going to report back or like comment or something to encourage the rest of us.
I know
when
it
they
always encourages me when I see people say, "Hey, I talked to mine."
Yes. Yeah, they're going forward. They're talking. I do know one feminine. I don't think she'd mind me sharing this, and I'm not sharing her name anyway. But she's been taking her relationship with her twin flame to another level. They've always just been friends for many years, and they've been kind of snuggling and cuddling and things like that lately. And the last time I checked in, he wanted to take it to the next level, if you know what I mean.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. So we'll see what's up around the bend, you guys. It's exciting. I'm seeing a lot of this, so keep us posted. Encourage everybody else. Don't forget about the rest of the community when you come into union, guys.
Really? I will.
They need the encouragement. All right. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
All right. Bye. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Hi, Amy. This is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
I'm the one that's kind of doing the long distance thing right now.
Oh, I know who you are. I know your voice very well.
Okay. Well, I need to ask you, I'm still talking to the new guy.
Okay.
But he's going through a hard time right now, and I can't discuss it. And then I talked to the twin in the middle of February, and we had a fantastic talk. And, he said, he feels the same way about, there's some kind of magical connection. We started talking about the twin thing, and I'm going, oh, this is great. And he said he does want
to the twin thing?
He knows we're twins.
Wow, that's huge.
And he says he does want to meet, but his intuition told him I'm talking to this other guy. And I said, well, it's just talking, we're not in the same city. So I said, all you got to tell me is you want to try a relationship, and I would stop that other talk.
Aww.
But I go, I really want a relationship, so I was hoping he'd tell me he wants that.
Yeah, but?
So he's brooding, and I don't know if he's pissed off or what. So I haven't heard from him since the middle of February.
Yeah, some of the feminists have been going through this. We've had our options, so, and the feminines have had to be discerning about that. Definitely, I'm glad you let him know that you choose him. And
I would. Yeah.
Okay. So,
but I guess
or you have.
I would choose the twin if there was the opportunity.
Okay. So wait a minute.
So I guess I kind of told him I have to leave myself open because I don't know if you even want a relationship.
Okay. All right.
So I told him I'm talking to this other guy because I don't know what you want.
So is it the twin? You said you've been talking to the twin. The twin's the one who feels that there's another guy on your radar.
Right.
Okay. You just need to pick one and make it really clear with the one that you pick and let the other one know no.
Well, yeah.
Or wait, don't tell the other one no until the other one says yes, though.
Well, I guess I shouldn't have said anything, but I don't know why he picked up on it. And I said, well, we're only talking.
I think it's awesome. I think it's so awesome. Seriously. It just proves your connection. That is so cool.
Wait, do you see anything about which one's going to do what?
Like which one's a better option?
Right.
Okay. I would suggest, and we've been talking about hypnosis on the show tonight. Apparently that's the topic tonight. But I actually created a past life a regression about this, specifically to talk to your higher self about who would be best. Because I could tell you what I sense or what I feel, but I feel like I don't want that kind of responsibility. And like, if you go to your higher self about it, you'll get a lot more information and wisdom. You don't ever want to like go with some psychic's information on something that important anyway.
Right.
But what I did, like, cause I kind of felt like I might have two that I really like a lot equally, or, you know, one more than the other. But I did a council meeting. I called upon my divine guidance council, brought them in, and called in everybody who loves me unconditionally, wants to help me succeed and support me, and only kind and benevolent beings. And basically, you just ask them, you know, you just ask them, how do you guys feel? You could even take a vote. Like, I happen to know how many people are on my council, but I did a show of hands, and then I counted hands. And one of them got like 15 out of 60 hands, and the other got like almost all of them. So it was like by a landslide. They wanted me to be with the with the one they want me to be with, without giving out any information here, trying to talk in secret code. But basically, yeah. So
I've been trying to go over it in my head, and
but I have a regression designed to do that too. It'll help you talk to your higher self and ask those questions. Ask, why are there those blockages with your twin, and who would be the best one to go with? Because we all know that the twins kind of the masculines can be a little bit behind us. I say that really gently. A little bit behind us. They still think and believe old things that don't, you know, they're not relevant anymore. They're not supportive. They're not authentic anymore. Or they're not the best thing for you anymore, but they still won't move past it. So they're a little stuck. A lot of them are still in addictions. A lot of them are still really drawn to the karmic situations and really like all about money instead of love, you know, all of that type of dynamic. So a lot of the feminines are a little concerned.
Feeling more for the new guy, because he's back there and he's like stuck.
Well, yeah, and has your twin probably hasn't exactly proven himself to be a very stable person, right?
No.
They tend to be kind of back and forth and not really steady.
That's how it's been going. I mean, he's magical. When I talk to him, the connection's just
incredible.
You can't. Yeah, it is, and
then they leave, and your heart's gaped open, and
right.
So,
but you don't want to play this game that he wants. I mean, it's not a game, but it kind of is. It's like, well, he doesn't want anything. Well, if you don't want anything, I got to say, see you later, because I do. Sort of, you know?
Have you watched the video that I did with King Trident?
Yes, I thought that was great.
Oh, good.
I sent him that. He had no response.
Oh. Well, he's getting really busy right now, so he probably just got busy. But okay, so I'm going to put these two side by side and just give you a little bit of input. I'm not going to give you an answer as to yes or no to whichever one, but I'm going to put your twin flame on the left and the other guy on the right. Yeah, I'm feeling for the guy on the right too.
Yeah.
It just feels like he's ready. It feels like his heart is there with you. He has more of his attention on you, where the other one kind of seems to just kind of want your attention, but he's just not necessarily going to do anything about it. I feel like he's not necessarily going to commit to you because he's just still a bit scared.
The new guy does want a relationship, so what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
So far.
But here's the thing you got to keep in mind is if you do choose the other guy, you got to be ready to be really stern and have boundaries with the twin. You know, you got to just say it like it is and say, I'm so sorry. You took too dang long.
Right.
You just took too long. And I have something really incredible with somebody else now. And the door is locked, bolted, and will never come off.
Yeah,
we are now permanently
come
friends.
back in and try to take your heart.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to someone, you know?
No, it's not, because it wouldn't be right. No.
Yeah, choose who you can truly be faithful to.
Yeah.
But that's what you got to ask yourself too. Are you settling with the other person? So do you enjoy yourself with him? Can you be yourself? Can you guys have good heart-to-heart conversations? can you give him your heart and you feel like it's safe?
The new guy?
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, if you got a good thing going that's going to provide stability, that has long-term potential, if that's what you want, if you want commitment, and this guy looks like he's going to give you commitment, I'd be all over it.
Okay.
And don't pay any attention to the games that the twin will play, because they are pretty good at playing games.
Yeah.
Use your intuition again.
Yeah,
use your intuition. If you get red flags, ask your guides to make it obvious if he's playing you.
Okay.
Put that intention out there to say, hey, crew, could you, if he's just toying with me and he's not for real and he's not really going to show up this time, out of all the millions of times that he's tried this before, then, make it obvious to me. Help me to really know truly the truth in my heart and act accordingly. I would pray that and ask to know the truth in all things.
Do you get any insight into a timeline of hooking up? Because I'm still, it's still long distance.
Oh, the new guy, the long distance thing. Have you guys talked about one of you being closer to the other physically? Have you had that talk?
We talked about meeting, but we don't know exactly when. We have a good idea.
Okay.
We haven't talked about relocating yet. I mean, we're not. We talked about we want to meet and see what we have.
Well, yeah, that does come first.
Yeah, you gotta get past.
Hang on. I feel like you guys will actually, that's not all that preposterous. That's not that preposterous. I do have been having a sense that the guy that comes in to kind of intercept the twin flame, he's like what I'm calling the plan B, or AKA a soul flame. And the soul flame is the one who comes in and says, you know what, dude, you're not doing your job here. You're not stepping into your divine purpose now. So I'm going to snatch her up and we are going to go be this power couple. And they tend to, from some of the stories that I'm hearing, they're coming right in and wanting to really go for it. So don't be surprised if that conversation does come up sooner than later.
Okay.
And I really feel like that conversation will be coming up in about 4 weeks, like the end of March. By March 31st, you guys will have talked about that subject. Obviously, somebody's going to have to move. You guys can't keep that long distance relationship going forever. So,
I know.
Yeah, but keep, talk to him as much as you can. Try to set up a regular time when you guys talk.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can be getting to know each other and building that trust and rapport between you. But we are calling in true love relationships at this time.
I mean, so I gotta say I'm impressed because he's not afraid to get into it. I mean, get into a relationship.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, man, they've been building. They've been coming into their power for a while. They felt like weaklings. They felt like cowards in so many areas of their lives. But some of these men, man, they're really stepping it up lately, and they're just like, you know what? Screw this. I'm not going to sit there and just be afraid for the rest of my life and let this love slip me by. It's like they see an opportunity and they're going for it, and I love seeing that right now. It's part of these eclipses and solar flares and all this wonky, crazy energy. As much as it's creating paranoia and crazy stuff, it's also giving clarity and strength and courage. So
that's a bizarre thing. We met on the eclipse night. We started talking.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got to get going on some of these other calls, and unless there's something else that you want to ask real quick.
No, that's all. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good talking to you. Let me know when you do the other thing that you talked about doing.
I sure will. Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's see here. Amy.
Hello. Yeah.
Hi.
How are you? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay. This is
so cool. I mean, you're so cool because, so I'm listening to, not the lady you just hung up with, but the lady before her. That's when I called in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to talk about the same things that this lady talked about. Because so it starts with, okay, the twin flame journey, and lately my trigger finger has come back. It goes all the way up to my shoulder, and I don't know if that's from the vibrations of my, my vibrations going up, or if it's the past life and something happened to me when I was at this age. I mean, it's really a pain in the neck, a pain in the arm and shoulder, and my chiropractor's worked on it. My Reiki woman has worked on it. So then I was like listening to you talk about the new service you're going to offer. And I want to know, like, can you do that over the phone?
I do it, yeah. In fact, that's all I do. I do it over the phone, over Zoom, Skype. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we get to see each other.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm also the one that, so just last week, I couldn't tell if it was me missing him or him missing me, and I was getting that from him, which I kind of related to the other woman too. And it was like, I wrote a little blurb underneath one of the videos about that, and it was like, I wasn't sure because I'm not good at tapping into that, but the more I think about it, it's like, I'm sure it was him, because then, like, it was, so I said to my higher self, and I'm not sure how I'm doing this, if I'm doing it right, I said to my higher self, to his higher self, to tell him, it's okay, I love you, reach out, feel free, I'd love to hear from you. And within 10 minutes, I got a text from him. It was just the craziest thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So I remember wasn't that an Instagram that you said that? Or was it underneath a video?
No, it was under one of the videos. Oh, yeah.
That was so cool. I was like, what?
Yeah, and it had been like weeks since I'd heard from him. And we're just kind of in this, I love you, I love you. Rarely do we say that, but we know we both feel it. And just he's coming back in more with his text, but it's almost like he's afraid to be in the same room with me. But he'll come over to the house and visit. But I just, this whole trigger finger thing, is this related to the twin flame thing, or is this related to past life thing?
Oh, well, you caught me when I was about to take a drink. Let me take a drink real quick.
You go ahead. You take two.
No, I can't drink. Okay.
You have to come to the Poconos, and we need to, visit. Like, this is
okay.
You're so wonderful.
Okay. So, where is her? I'm going to just ask my guides some questions for you and talk to your guides too. Okay. Is this the thing having to do with her gallbladder? That's the first thing I think of when I think of like arm, shoulder stuff. Is it the gallbladder? No. Is this an energetic thing? Yes. Is this something between her and her twin flame? Yes. Okay, so one of the ways that you can tell whether it's you or your twin is just imagine like your twin is on the left, and you can just put multiple choices in front of you.
Uh-huh.
So you could say, is it him or is it me, for example? And I'm doing this on the video so you can see it later.
Okay.
Is it him or is it me? And you put your hands out, and then or you just imagine, you just signify to your guides, okay, the left is him and the right is me. And then you just ask, you close your eyes and concentrate if you have to, and just say, is this energy coming from me or him? And then one of those will move, or it'll pop out, or it'll glow really bright. One of them will move or show some kind of activity.
I've heard that before from you, and I don't think I can tap into that. But what I can tap into is if I stand up straight, the push forward for yes, push back for no. Can I do that?
Yes. Okay. So say, is this my energy or is this his energy?
Push me forward,
and you could
if it's
even
him,
say,
push me back.
Yes, exactly. And also, you don't have to ask your guides to talk to his higher self. You can talk to him directly like he's sitting next to you.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
So I don't need to use the higher self, just as if you were right here.
Pat the bed, pat the chair next to you, and just be like, hey, what's up? And just be like, I feel like you're really going through something right now. Are you okay? If you need to reach out, just let me know. Or it can just be like, I hope you know that I love you and I'm here for you, unconditionally. And
totally.
if you need me, just let me know. Whatever you feel like conveying to him, just do it from the heart. And
what
just
do
the
I
more
do to relieve the trigger finger thing, if it's related to him?
I'll see in a second. But the more you touch into like your heart space when you're talking to him, the more he's going to feel it deeper. Like, he'll be like, whoa, somebody's sending me energy. Yeah, he'll actually pick up on it. So, okay, let me see here. What should she do about this? Should she, is it there right now? Can you feel it right now?
It's been clicking and my shoulder's really bothering me. So it's from my shoulder all the way down to my middle finger on my right hand side.
And you can actually feel it right now?
It's I can't get it to click right now, but to try and make a fist hurts.
Okay. So what would you, on the scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate the pain of when you clench your fist?
Well, I don't have much strength either, so maybe a 5.
Okay. So I'm just going to work on, working on you could also fix your twin. So since you guys are energetically connected.
Oh my gosh.
So let me work on you as with the intention of, if it's him, I'm still working on it, including him in. Is that okay with his higher self? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Hang on a minute. There's some rigidity there. There's some, a feeling of, an inflexibility of, see, when it comes to, see, it's in your right side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the masculine side.
Oh.
I feel like there's something, and the right arm has to do with like throwing a ball. Throwing a ball.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he was a pitcher. Yeah. Holy
so he's
crap.
like, he's afraid that he's not sure what pitch to throw. That's what I'm getting.
Oh.
He's not sure what pitch to throw. It's like he wants to go forward with you, but he's just not sure what angle is going to hit the home run, is going to make the home run.
This analogy is just too funny. I have his baseball card. Like,
oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So I'm just going to talk to him for a minute. Let me just.
Okay.
All right. It's okay. It doesn't matter. You could even foul. You could totally mess this up, and it's absolutely perfectly okay and fine. She just wants you to come from the heart and to talk to her genuinely. That's it. Authentically. Just show up with your feelings. And, okay. So let me see how he feels about what I'm saying. He's like, kind of like, I know, but that's hard for me. So
oh my gosh.
He wants to make like he wants to impress you, and he wants to make a big step forward.
Well, that was last time you said he wants to go for the jugular. Like, okay.
Oh, that's funny. Here. Yeah, I just picked up a random card, and I got the High Priestess in Temperance. So it's like the High Priestess is like listening to your intuition. It's also like seeing signs telepathically. It could be like feeling you, sensing you, seeing signs regarding you, things like that. Mm-hmm. And then Temperance is coming together and having reconciliation, trying to, it's like trusting that the angels are taking care of you, that everything's going to come together just the way it's supposed to. I feel him praying for strength, actually. It's really sweet.
Wow.
It's like he's praying for this reconciliation and for you guys to be able to go forward. But he's kind of, I feel a little bit of embarrassment about his past behavior. And
well, that's every divine masculine. That's
for sure.
They all
that's
are.
For sure.
But we love them,
hang on a minute.
and they need to know we love them anyway.
This is so true. I don't, yeah. Well, they do. Once they do come into union with you, they're like so relieved. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I was so scared for nothing." But it's like one of the
Yeah.
biggest events in their lives is to find their true love and to, like, I even watched it. I saw The Lost Girl last night, and it was an episode. It's really crazy because whenever I watch that, it seems to correlate and have synchronicities with things that are going on in my life, and I'm like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
But they were talking about that about oh gosh, it was Hale. He was about to make love to her, and he just said, "This is my first time." And then she kind of looks at him like, "That's like impossible. What are you kidding? What are you talking about?" And then he corrects himself and he goes, "I mean, with somebody I care this much about."
Wow.
And it was really hard for him to even like touch her because he knew that like once they touched that it would just be like electric. So he was really intimidated by it. Anyway,
That's very
that's how it
transformative.
is for them. Yeah, it's really, really scary. Really, really scary.
Yeah.
So let me just see if there's anything else I can tell him that will help him.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes, "I already know the answer. Just do it. I just need to just do it." So he's just going to make himself do it.
Okay.
Within 2 weeks.
Okay.
He just said, "I've just announced my deadline."
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I'm doing it within 2 weeks. She's got my word, he said.
Okay.
All right.
Do you know,
So,
I
right,
honestly feel a little release from truly.
Oh
from
yeah, I forgot
my
to ask
whole,
you, how's your hand feel?
Yeah, a whole lot better.
Yay.
Whole lot better. Like
Good.
It feels like I just had it massaged. Like,
oh good.
yeah.
Okay. So keep talking to him in the 5D and just keep
I
reassuring
will.
him it's okay to come forward.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
these guys don't realize that we seriously, they're so much more mature than the karmics that they've dealt with before. We can handle just about anything they have to tell us, and we can handle it with class.
Yeah.
So they just need to give us a shot, you know. They just need to give it a
Mhm.
try and get over that fear, and then they can rest assured this is a true love thing. It's not a karmic thing. There's a big difference.
Well, and like what you've said before, I heard it was you or Laura. I think it was you, or both of you. Maybe it was when you were both naked. But it's like we get up to the 5D and they're at the 3D, but then like a light switch, we come back down, and then it's almost like so much faster. They can kind of even surpass us where it's taken us so long to get. And I see that in him. I so see that in him. Like I know it's there. It's just the cloudy water in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that happening. I've heard that, yeah. Not only do they catch up to you, but they'll just like fly past you and be like, "What are you waiting for?" And you're like, "Wait, how'd this happen?"
Yeah. Yeah.
What? So yeah, be
and
prepared for anything,
that's
girls.
the neat thing about twin. What's that?
I said, be prepared for anything, girls, because right when you think you're about to give up or something, he might just impress you. But again, make sure that it's a permanent
really important at this. That's really important at this phase, is to keep reassuring him, "You're the one. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Our love is sound. We can get this. We can do this. I can see us. I can visualize us walking down the sidewalk, hand in hand. Bada, bada, bada."
Perfect.
And I think that's important, right? Isn't that important for me to be doing now?
Yes. Visualize it so it becomes more and more real, and so that you can accept it when it shows up and you're not going to push it away. You'll be comfortable with it because you'll be used to it. Here he is again, like he always is, just a little bit more touchable.
Yeah. Because every once in a while I get scared. I think, nope, can't do that, can't go there, because every time I do that, that slows everything down.
Yeah, have fun with it, goof off with him.
Thank you so much. That's so weird about the whole hand thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I had the cortisone shot. We went through this before. You know how you almost get together and then you fall apart and another karma comes in, and so at that point when we were in kind of a similar place, that's the first time I had this trigger finger thing. And I'm like, I went for a cortisone shot, and I'm like, that was horrible. Horrible. I don't ever want to have to do that again. I'm like, okay, let me talk to my girl Amy, see what she can figure out with this.
Yay.
And it makes sense. It makes sense. Like I never even, made all those connections. You're wonderful.
Everything is energy. Thank you. Everything
so now
is energy.
when I go to do, it is. It's like the water cycle. It's the same water since the dawn of time. So it's the same energy. We're all just cycling around.
So what were you going to say?
This new service that you're going to offer to go to do the past life thing, is you're going to have some kind of a link to sign up, or just on your homepage, it'll be one of the services that's offered through there?
I'm going to have a special tab for it, since it's a special kind of method. It's not like it's a part of my services, but it's a whole other category, you know. They like to keep it kind of separate to keep the integrity together. But I'll have a tab that says like regressions. When you go to amysatori.com, just click on regressions. And then that will lead you to this whole page. You could read all about all the different ones there are, and then you can click on the one that you want. I'll probably ask you to fill out a little form, and then, and then we'll talk.
Okay, that sounds wonderful.
Oh, and definitely if anybody orders any kind of remote session with me and you're out of the country, or if it's a regression or something like that, please find me on Skype and or not. I guess you wouldn't have to find me on Zoom, because I could just send you a link to the meeting. But if we're going to do this on Skype, then go ahead and find me on there beforehand, so I don't have to look for you like just as the session's happening. We can just go right into it. And if you're planning to have a regression also, and you'll see this when I go to the page, you could watch my recent video with Ted Winslow and find out more about the vibrations. And then you could also
that.
Oh, good.
I loved
because there's
and the music was just
okay, great. Yeah. Download the free MP3s that he tells you about on his website and start listening to that to start to get your brain ready and relaxed for the session beforehand.
Okay. All right. And a lot of the music sounds similar to what when I go for my Reiki. She's got some that I don't know if they're his or they're similar or what, but it's totally different. You know how he was talking about the hertz and all that music stuff that I don't understand, but just his stuff was like, this is so
kind of mind blowing.
That stuff that makes me wired. Yeah. My only problem is my dad lives with me. He's really old, and so like I have to be careful. I have to find a good time that works for you, and a time where I don't feel like, I want to be in my place by myself when I get that service, because I just want to be totally in the zone. So, but I'm going to make this work, because I've always been interested in how I got here, because I know, like I've sensed other things, and I want to do that. That sounds really cool. So thank you for going there, because it's a neat thing.
You're welcome.
Experience.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing that happened to me. I was invited to attend, and I wasn't seeking it out, but that the best things happened to me that way. So
yes,
I'm really glad. Totally. I kept telling people that when I would run into them in my readings, if I found out they do that type of work, I was like, give me a stack of cards, because I know a lot of people who would really benefit from this, and so now I can offer it. That's great.
Awesome.
All right. So thank you so much for calling.
Well, you have other callers. Yeah,
I do.
Thank you so much. Yeah, have a great night.
Have a good night. All right, bye, Amy.
Okay, bye.
Okay, let's see. TD is bringing my attention to something going on here. Okay. Hello?
Hello, it's Will.
Hey, Will.
Hey,
I'm
Amy.
Nice to meet you.
How are you? Oh, you've met me.
I've met you. That Will.
Yeah,
I know the Will.
That Will.
Okay.
That Will.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey.
Hey. I'm calling with a pet query tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did. That was last weekend in person. So nice setup you have there.
Oh, thank you. Did you like your reading?
Yep. I did.
Cool.
Yep. Thank you. Yep.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Okay, so what's going on with the pet? What's happening there?
Yeah, so little Daisy Doodle, our Jacoby, as we call her, because she's half Jack Russell, believe, and half Beagle. She developed a little lump on the inside of her ear, the left ear, and the vet had it aspirated on Saturday. The vet believes it could be, they looked at the cells, and she said that there were some cells that they couldn't rule out malignancy from, because there's some of the cells showed double nuclei and some kind of unusual activity through in the smear. But they said that's not always definitive, because sometimes when they do that smear, that can affect the quality of the cells. So what they want to do is excise this lump. She thought it could either be a histiocytic sarcoma or a histiocytoma. And if it's a histiocytoma, it's pretty much harmless. It's something that young dogs often get.
I'm getting that it's the second one, and that kind of verifies what I was getting anyway, because I felt like it was harmless anyway. However, it doesn't hurt to get it removed, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
But I do feel it's harmless.
So, it's in her ear. What do you feel would best support Daisy's health right now?
Well, I would get that removed.
Yep. That's scheduled for next week.
First and foremost. Okay.
Yep. And then it would be sent to a lab, and we'd get determination back.
Okay.
Yep.
So what do you mean in terms of caring for her in the meantime?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. Is there anything she wants us to know?
Okay.
Yeah.
She's really sweet.
Yeah.
Very
she
affectionate.
Really is.
Little sweetheart. Yeah. No, she's fine. She doesn't like going to the vet much, but when she got home she kind of forgot all about it. It's not okay, it is a little bit. Rub it for her, I guess. Don't scratch it, but rub it for her. Kind of like, is she scratching it?
Not really. No.
Okay, so I'm going to work on her ear for a minute. She was watching what I did, and she was like, "Well, that's mighty simple. That's really simple." She gets it. So she's like, "Thank you." I don't know. It looks actually very. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks very energetically clean now. It looked a little dirty and itchy before, and now it looks fine. So
great.
I mean, gosh, if it disappears, let me know. When you work on things like energetically, it could take minutes to hours to days to actually like manifest in the material. But it is possible that it could just vanish. But if it doesn't, then at least I really do feel like it's not a problem. And she feels
that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't feel any anxiety or any kind of nervousness. She will when she goes to go into the vet, but they all are going to feel that way.
Yeah, she's going to have a cone after this too.
Oh yeah, she doesn't like that idea.
No.
Okay, so is that good?
Well, can we ask about our other dog?
What's going on with the other dog?
Benny's the older boy. He's 12 or 13. He's all rat terrier. Came from Kansas. He's forgetting. He's got a kind of skin tag on his eye that he scratched at, and he was bleeding a bit. But I don't know. He's definitely lost a lot of hearing, and eyes are milky. I don't know. I guess anything on his health you can connect with, and perhaps, yeah. And does he want us to know anything?
I can't say his quality of life is all that fantastic right now.
Mm.
You know, I mean, he knows he's not a pup anymore. Doesn't have as much energy. He tries, but he doesn't have as much energy. I feel a lot of clogged up gray, gooky kind of energy from his head all the way through his chest. I don't know what that would be. Something maybe in his lungs. Something having to do with I don't know. It just feels like for some reason this part of his body is not functioning optimally. Let me work on him for a minute and see what else I can get. Oh, yeah. he was like, ooh. Mm-hmm. His eyes really bother him.
Mm.
Can't you have the tag removed?
Mm-hmm.
Can the vet take it off?
Yeah, but he is old, so I don't know if anesthetic is a good idea.
Oh, they have to put him under? They may not have to put him under. You're sure? Okay. Can they do a little topical thing where they can just kind of cut it off?
I don't know. It's right by the eye, so I think. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, just ask about it just to see.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
'Cause it bothers him.
Okay.
So let's see here. No. I don't know. It just generally feels like aging. I tend to see this gray over the dogs when they're aging, but he's aging more for some reason on the front half of him than he is on the back half.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I mean, do you want me to ask him if he's ready to go or something? I don't think he's quite ready to go, but I feel like he's accepting the fact that the changes are going to happen. You know, animals are so great about letting go too. So what were you going to say?
It could be this year, huh?
Yeah, it could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's getting mentally ready for that change.
Yeah, he pants a lot.
Yeah.
Well, he's got some heart failure.
With his lungs. Okay. Yeah, he's
You feel what?
Yeah, the heart and the lungs. Yeah, because he's like.
Yeah.
He can't take a breath like he used to be able to. Is it? Oh, it could be cancer forming in his lungs or something like that. And it feels like if he does have that, I feel like it would kind of grow rapidly. So you'll find out about it soon enough. You might hear him wheezing or labored breathing, like I was just having. Like you might see that, and that might be your indicator to go in and have that looked at.
Yeah.
But I mean, it kind of feels like maybe a hint of cancer possibly, but don't be alarmed. Just if there comes a time in the future when he starts showing some symptoms, then maybe look into that first.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in his lungs.
Good to know. But, I'm going to order some supplements too. I'm going to get some mushroom powder and pine bark, which worked very well on our first rat terrier's cancer. He had stage 5 lymphoma, and it presented on his tongue, and gave him 1 to 2 months to live, and it could be maybe a little bit more with chemo, but we didn't do any of that. We put him on mushroom powder, pine bark, later a tonic called Essiac, and a little bit of prednisone, and that was the only conventional, and he ended up living 5 years. So, yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah, and it's like as much as we get attached to them, they really, dogs, animals, like they'll jump in and out of bodies all the time like it's nothing. It's just like, okay, got a new car. So they kind of get excited about leaving. They don't look at it quite like we do. If they miss us terribly, then they'll come back in another animal. So it's not as much of a losing out on as we think, You miss this body and those and those memories and whatnot, but then they come back and then you're like, oh, you're acting just like my old dog.
Yep.
Only this time they want to be a cat, or maybe this time they want to be a big dog instead of a little dog. So,
well, but I better let you move on with some more humans and the two-legged issues. So, thanks for all the help with our four-leggeds.
Yeah, you're welcome. Say hi to your girl. Is she there? Or your old girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your ex-girl?
Yeah.
Thanks for your text the other day.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yes, things are going well. So hopefully that job opportunity will come through.
Yay. I just got a yes. So you got it.
Yay. Very good. Thank you so much for all your help.
Yeah, you're welcome. You guys have a beautiful night.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye. I'm going into trooper mode now, you guys. All right. You look like you've been waiting the longest, so I'm going with you. Hello.
Oh, how are you?
Hi. Thank you so much for waiting so long.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay. How are you tonight?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Well, I have quite a few questions, but I know I only have so much time, so
Okay.
I guess I will start with my most pressing.
Okay.
I have recently discovered
I have one other caller, and thank you for holding, Sarah. I'll be with you next.
I have recently discovered that I am on the twin flame journey.
Ooh, so congratulations.
Yes.
Welcome to the rabbit hole.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse, really.
I know.
No, it is a blessing. It grows us.
Well, it's definitely grown me, that's for sure.
What's one of your questions?
Well, that's always questioning. Is it really the twin flame journey? Am I being insane? But and
are you seeing lots of synchronicities, lots of signs?
I'm starting to. I met him the first couple days of November, and we are not speaking at that. But there is a lot of, for example, I'll put a shout out prayer up to the source and ask for a sign, and I usually get it instantaneously or within a day or so.
Yeah,
and
I'll be listening to that.
And I am seeing the synchronicities of numbers constantly now.
Okay. Yeah. And I just said this on Instagram too. I said, some people say, like some skeptics about twin flames will be like, oh, well, it's just because, it's like the law of attraction. It's just because you like this person so much and you want it so bad that you see all these signs and synchronicities. That is not the case, you guys. That is just not the case. It is, you get bombarded. You get like inundated with it, even if you don't want to be with the person, even if you don't even, like, if you've completely given up on the person or you're just completely turned off by them or whatever the case. I mean, I've talked to a lot of feminines who don't even want to have anything to do with their twin flame anymore, and they still get all this stuff. So, I've chosen another route, not my twin flame at this juncture. I mean, things can always change, but I still get it all the time. It's like torture. It's like torture just because it's like, get out of my head. So, but that's kind of, actually my meme was kind of funny because I said, if I could come up with something that would totally get rid of all the signs and synchronicities with your twin, like, can you imagine? I'd be like a millionaire by now, putting that potion in a bottle.
Yes, I saw your post. Yes, and I concurred it. Okay, well,
So that is, yes, that's a big indicator. And no, you're not crazy. Okay. And it happens to all of us, even the best of us and the worst of us. It's, yeah.
Well, I mean,
not fun.
I had a really strange, even synchronicity happen the night I met him. I've had a, spiritual awakening back in, wasn't like an overnight thing, but I would say it started last summer, like August, September. And I met him in the beginning of November, but I was dating other people, and this guy I was dating, I asked the source if I said, can I have a sign that I'm on the right path of my life? Can you some feathers in the next 3 days? And I walked out my that guy that I was dating. We were going to possibly talk about the seriousness of our relationship that morning. He came over and we did talk about it. And then when he left, I said, can, source, can you give me a sign of some feathers? My dog barked, so I got up to let him out. There was an owl right about 5 feet from my deck staring at me.
Whoa. Wow.
And then it gets crazier. And I literally just started crying when I walked out on my deck. And the owl just stared at me majestically for about half an hour. We just stood there and stared at each other, didn't fly off. This was during the day, too. It was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So then who I believe is my twin flame, out of a weird circumstance, I had never met him, and he ended up coming over that evening, and he has a owl feather on his left forearm.
Oh, my gosh.
And he said that was his totem, his totem animal. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Sounds like exactly what happens to all of us, yes.
And then through the process, I created boundaries and stuff in my life. So I told him recently that, I don't know for sure. I mean, maybe you can look into this, but I believe there's a karmic in the picture, but I haven't asked, and it's really none of my business. But we happen to live in the same town, and I just can't, sometimes I just see things. But anyways, my point is that recently I just asked him not to, I said, I think it's better that we just don't, because he would call me occasionally just to check in on me. And it was always after I did like a meditation session and went, to 5D and stuff. Always. It was always within, minutes, if not a day. And so I just recently asked him, I said, yeah, I think it's better that we're just, it's too hard for you and me to be friends right now. I said, I have too many feelings for you. But then I ran into him the next day and the next day, 3 days in a row.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And the day after I had that conversation with him, I asked my source on the way to where I was going. I said, if he really is my twin flame, can you please give me another sign? And I passed him driving down the freeway. And then we ended up in the same place within minutes of that.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So obviously I'm listening to the synchronicities and everything, but I believe he's not awakened yet. So
I think I need to do a show just on people sharing their stories, because it's just all of these stories that I hear, including my own, are so incredible that they'd make the most amazing movies,
Right.
But it's so validating for everyone else listening, because they're like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what happened to me, I mean, the same potency, that same shock, the same, like, no way, like something's happening. It's a paranormal experience. It's like this.
I wouldn't believe it if it wasn't happening to me. I would not believe it at all.
Well, see, that's where you get the skeptics that are kind of like, the skeptics obviously have never had a twin flame. Because when you have a twin flame happen to you, it's pretty shocking, and you can't escape it, and you can't get away from it. So
well, another thing, I was married for 21 years. I mean, I've had other relationships, so this is very different.
Yeah, I think that's a really good boundary that you set with him for sure. Like you certainly, I don't know, I don't want to encourage anybody to ever wait around for anyone. And he sounds like he does have a lot of growing to do. I really don't feel like there's a karmic in the picture, not an official karmic. I mean, maybe he's dating around or something like that, but I don't feel like he's like in any kind of relationship. And if somebody, most of our masculines, I will say 91% of our masculines right now, if they are with somebody, it's ending.
Okay.
And I say that with complete confidence. Seriously, right. These karmic relationships are not lasting. They're not lasting through this eclipse. There's no way. The universe, God, or whatever you want to call it, is ending that. It's you get your lesson and get the heck out of there and learn to set boundaries and be strong. Get out. This is no longer serving you. You are on to a much better purpose that's going to make you so much happier. It's it is time that you quit feeling sorry for yourself. Get up on your feet and be the emperor you were born to be. Be all four kings and take your woman, and they're stepping into that. But I mean, in different stages, when you come to the conclusion that and this could be talking about a soul flame that might come in for you that's more ready. They're going through the same transformation process as the twins, but they're more advanced. They're more open. They're more ready. They're more ready for commitment. They're just ahead of the other ones.
Well, that, and they're see in my future, or I know you read energy. Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Or
yeah. So you want me to see if there might be a plan B coming through for you? Yes, I got a yes when I saw that, when I asked that actually. Okay. Let's see. Who's her? Tell me about her plan B. He's really silly, really goofy. Had a really great sense of humor. He's very he might have ADD or something. He seems kind of a bit manic to me. He just seems a little hyper. And he's got a lot of energy. Okay. So it's kind of he's always wanting to go do things, and he's happy, but he gets irritated too. It's he's got a little bit of a temper, but you guys are really good for each other. With this soul flame person that comes in, your plan B, sometimes they're even more perfect for you than your twin flame. Right. So they are just this perfect complement, where that yin and yang fit, where you guys are different, very different, but could be differences in ages and race and all that stuff. But a lot of deep understanding and getting each other. That's the most important part. That's the most important thing you can have with somebody is maturity, the ability to communicate heart to heart, and and you got to be able to laugh at yourself and take personal responsibility. Just be like, what? No, it's me. And then the other one's like, no, it's me. Let's work this out. Let's figure this out. Let's work as a team. So, he's great. He's really I see him sometimes you get in a certain mood, you get in a bad mood, or you're pouty, or you're kind of down about what happened in your day, and you kind of want some downtime. And he's almost like a puppy, almost jumps on your lap. It's wants to make you laugh and wants to help you lighten up. So he'll be a real benefit for you in your life.
And that makes me laugh are my favorites. So.
Oh, good, perfect. Yeah, he'll do just that.
Another question. This is probably part of the whole synchronicity thing, but I definitely, I told you, met, not in union. I just recently definitely went through a soul. I've changed a lot of things.
You're cutting out.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
That's okay. Yes.
I said I've changed a lot of things in my life recently also.
Okay.
Going on.
So what's your question?
I guess I'm making the right choice on my changes?
Generally speaking, definitely.
Okay.
They said you don't have to take you don't got to do all of it at once. Just take little baby steps.
Yes.
and it feels like that's gonna. Huh?
Go ahead. I'll say you're speaking to a Virgo. So
oh,
hard.
Virgos are very detail oriented.
Yes.
So one of the, I feel like 80% of the audience that's going to be watching or listening to this is also going to understand what I'm saying here, because those that have been evolving and ascending and really shining their light, they are really going to have some really great opportunities coming up, and they're going to be a little bit overwhelmed by some of it and kind of like, do I believe in myself enough to do this? Do I really think I can do this? They're going to be questioning themselves. They're going to be feeling like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. I don't even know which way to go right now. So everybody just kind of like take a deep breath. You can write a to-do list down, everything that you are planning in the future, and then just get it down to these little bite-sized pieces and put these pieces in your calendar, so you're always making a little bit of headway.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about the big picture. The big picture may change. You may think you're going this direction. It may change. You may go that direction, but you're still going forward, and you're still making progress with those little steps, like getting your finances in order, getting ready for tax season and all that beforehand is going to be, helping you line everything up for your book. And then, it's like everything, getting these little things taken care of instead of procrastinating, it'll really help in the long run, whichever direction you take and wherever you're going, whatever you're doing.
I have one more. I've been wanting to ask somebody so bad. Are star seeds and twin flames and say the way showers and indigo, are they all, can you be a star seed and a twin flame? Aren't those separate? Oh, you can. Okay.
As far as I know, I don't really talk about star seeds and all that kind of stuff. I know what planet I'm from, and I know, my galactic council, and I know a lot about the stuff that goes on for me. But let me ask that question though of my guides and see what they have to say about the star seed and the twin flame being able to be the same. Yeah. Oh wait, hang on. Anything is possible.
Can you see if I am a star? I feel like I am a star seed, but
I don't know what the definition of star seed is, but I do honestly feel that most of us, if not all of us, have a little bit of alien blood, if you will. Most, there's good ones and there's bad ones, but I do feel like I went to this talk to this girl who wrote the book, The Dual Soul Connection, and she's such an incredible speaker. If you guys get a chance to read her book or go to one of her talks, she's so intelligent, and she's from Australia, and she's just this amazing, bright, beautiful woman. And she talks about her adventures having actually met aliens in person. She goes to their spacecraft. She goes and sees the way they're working with children, and that she sees like some of the experiments or things that they're working on. She sees the way they work with telepathy. They've worked with her on certain devices and things. It's extraordinary to hear her stuff, but she's basically saying how these babies are being like they're part. It's for our advancement. Let's just put it that way. It's for our ascension. It's for us becoming these beings that can inhabit the new earth. That we're such dense people here on Earth. We're like the cavemen, and they're really advanced. And so they can it's so funny because I tell people with time travel and stuff like that, it's like zoom and you're there, and people are like, no way, there's no way. And it's like, yeah, it's totally all possible. If you've seen the stuff I've seen, it's like, yeah, it's totally all possible.
Well,
so anyway,
energy
I think
travel.
So if that's something you want to explore, then start looking for some kind of professional that deals with that stuff. I would love if I knew all that kind of thing, but I don't. But look for Well, so ask for answers. I will say that because I wasn't even looking for answers once, and here's how I found out where I was from.
Yep. Okay.
I was staying in a mansion in Paradise Valley, Montana.
Okay.
And I actually lived in the penthouse for free. It was pretty awesome. Right on the Yellowstone River. It was heaven. But somebody came to the door and they asked for me by name. And when I went down to see her, she looked like she was like, I don't know, she was just beautiful. And she was right around my age. And I didn't know who she was, but I saw this fire around her. And I said, you come with Archangel Michael. And she goes, you're Amy, aren't you? And I said, yes. And she said, well, I'm supposed to spend a few days with you and explain where you're from.
Oh, wow.
So she did. Like we were like besties, and we spent 3 days together, and she did all this automatic channeling for me. She taught me automatic writing, and she told me like some things that were going to be happening to me in my life, and basically introduced me to my entire like star family and the planet that I'm from, and what my father's name is and my mother's name is, my lineage, like all this stuff. And I was just so impressed by her abilities. I was like blown away. And she came all the way from Mount Shasta. So
oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll happen. If you need to know the information, they're definitely going to deliver it right to your front porch if they have to.
Okay.
So pray for that. Pray to know the truth of where you're from, and you'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So as far as my twin flame goes, there's no message from him?
Let me see. He feels a little avoided, and he looks like he's kind of chasing fun right now.
Okay.
Definitely knows there's an incredible connection with you, and he feels super drawn to you for sure.
Okay.
It kind of feels like if he knows that if he got in a relationship with you, he'd be incredibly immature. And that's wise of him to know that. Ooh, that just gave me a new meaning. That gave me a new meaning to the card, the Hermit card in the Tarot, because it's about going within for inner wisdom. But I think it's also them acknowledging what I just said, which I totally forgot. Is about they know that they're wise enough to know whatever card's with them. So it's like they're wise enough to know that they're too immature. They're too combative, too jealous. They're too, they know that they'd be that way. So it feels like he wants to go through some things. Even like, I feel like his higher self is like, no, this isn't going to happen until we know that this will stick, because this is deserving of stick-to-itiveness,
Mm-hmm.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you so much, Amy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a beautiful night.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Sarah, here I come. Sorry. Hi.
Hi, Amy. Hi.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for waiting for so long.
I know. I felt like everybody had a lot of questions today.
I know. I think I need to start limiting to like 1 or 2 questions or something in the future.
Yeah, I guess that way more people can ask what they want to ask, like pressing stuff, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. So I spent a lot, like 2018 was a really rough year for me with family, and I was like mostly anxiety ridden, and I was sad and all this kind of stuff. But I feel significantly better. I'm doing well. I got a new job, so I'm happy all around. I wanted to know if you pick up anything like I still need to heal, like what other aspect of myself that maybe I haven't discovered that still needs healing.
That feels like there's still some creative things to be born. I feel like there's a book or something that wants to come out. I'm seeing a book. The book could be journaling. It could be symbolic of just journaling too. Let me see what else. Yeah, kind of a little bit of comparison to others. We were talking about that earlier. A little bit of like, I'm kind of seeing like horses in a race, and you kind of looking over, okay, and then looking over the other one over there, okay, and it's trying to keep along with, it's at least as much as what everybody else around you is doing.
Yeah, I feel that sometimes, so that resonates.
Okay, so they're saying to just kind of put your blinders on to everybody else and just do you as beautifully as you can to your own music of your own heart. Like just really tap into. You could even do like a meditation every morning or something just for a couple minutes and just kind of tap into your crew and just say, what's something you guys can give me today to just be inspired? Or like, can you guys show me some synchronicities and fun, exciting things about my life that's unfolding that will help me feel excited about where I'm going? Or, ask them for some real clear guidance. Ask them for some real clear, ask them to make it obvious. I love to do that because then they really blow you away.
Yeah.
Let me see any other blockages on her, please. Patience. They're showing me like you sitting in a chair, kind of like with your hands on your lap, with your legs jiggling. Like, come on already.
That's like me at work every day.
So what kind of work are you doing?
I'm an attorney. I'm a lawyer, so.
Okay. Okay, so what's this? Maybe this energy is trying to push you out of being a lawyer anymore. Do you feel that pull, or do you feel what's this about? The agitation?
I definitely have a spiritual side of me that I really haven't explored. Like I like helping people, so maybe I can delve into that part time or like as a hobby. But I just got a new job, so I really do enjoy my career right now as well.
Okay.
I don't know.
And it's making plenty of money, feels like. So I would say
a lot more. Yeah.
Good. So it's looking like you just need to cultivate that kind of on the side for now. I feel like you need to make one of your rooms. You've got a spare room in your house?
I wouldn't say spare, but I have room. Yeah.
Okay, because it feels like there's a certain space in your room, in your house. See, there's a room again. It feels like you need to designate an area as like sacred space.
Okay.
And make it a meditation room and have like a little waterfall trickling and like just make it super. You could even have like a massage table in there and have a massage therapist come in once a week and give you massages in there. You could do qigong in that room so that you really like boost your qi and your glow every day. If you do qigong on a regular basis or tai chi or something like that, you do it in the same place and in the same way, it'll really boost. It'll create like a positive portal in that room to just anytime you need a little charge, you just go kind of step in that little vacuum space or something. But
okay, that sounds great. And I guess my question would be regarding my twin flame, where his energy stands towards me or this connection.
Okay. I feel like he's spying on you. I feel like he's really keeping an eye on you. I see him leaning forward, looking like intently. I don't know if he's watching you come and go. He's trying to see if you're dating somebody. I just feel him really, really leaning into you. And about to get up and ask you to dance.
Okay, so do you see any communication coming? We're not really in communication at the moment.
Yeah. Soon, actually.
Okay. All right. So so at least he's viewing me positively and the connection positively.
Hang on a second. I got to look at a text for a sec. Okay. Very much so. Very hopeful. Very excited. I don't even feel like anybody on his radar other than you.
Okay.
I just feel a little bit hesitant.
Okay.
Let's let me pull 3 cards real quick. I like to get like verification. Somebody just texted me that I've been thinking about. Imagine that. Okay, let's see. Oh, and I just got, oh my gosh, the spy card. I just got the spy card. Kid you not. And I saw the Emperor. The Emperor means that he's like being all 4 kings right now. Like he's stepping into his power. Okay, so 3 cards please represent what her twin feels about her. Okay, the end of a difficult period is one of the cards on the bottom of the deck. And you can always, like, I have quick readings for $22 that you could do that will give you a more extensive, it's only like a 3-minute video. You got to find me on WhatsApp first. But you could order that quick reading that will give you a better, more custom thing.
Yeah.
But he's basically overcoming all this worry because he, like, I think he compares himself to you and feels like you're just so incredibly mature. Like, how does he even, like, how can he feels like you're too good for him in a way. But he's planning.
He said that to me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
like
but
in the past, yeah.
He wants to take you out on a date and he wants to celebrate. That's his way in. That's what he's feeling like. That's what, when I said he's going to ask you to a dance, that may actually mean that there might be a dance and maybe a dinner out that he's going to invite you to. The things I say aren't by coincidence. They're not by mistake. So I wouldn't be surprised if he invites you to a dance or out dancing and dinner soon.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Do you see it coming this month or?
Yep. I actually feel like the 15th specifically. I mean, you can't really foresee the future because there's so many different jump timelines and all that stuff, but it definitely has a strong feeling of happening in March 15th-ish.
Okay. All right. I mean, I want to kind of end it there because I feel really happy and hopeful now. So I don't want any negatives to come through, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Take
care.
Bye. Okay, so what are you saying over here? Okay, so let me pick up this call. Hello?
Hey, Amy.
I knew that was you. I knew that was you. Yeah, I just was reading your text. So
I didn't think I was going to get on the show because I was like, ah. But
no, I'm
happy
to
be here.
Tell me what's going on.
I just feel like the energy is off the charts. My twin flame, who you know, he's coming over and we're going to watch the show together. But I just feel, for some reason, really anxious and the energy is off the charts. Can you read into him and see what he's feeling and how tonight's going to go?
Yes. Was that Creech? No.
Actually, no. It was my son.
I wondered if it was the other one, the other sound maker. Okay.
Yes.
Let me see. Hang on. I feel I just saw him like sweating bullets. I just like saw his face like lit up with sweat, just like he's really fretting something.
Well, it's like the sexual energy right now is like off the charts, and I have no idea. I did not feel this until like half an hour ago. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna be getting some tonight, girl. Did you? Yeah. Oh yeah, you did. You did see that Instagram post. Oh my gosh, that was so funny, you guys. If you didn't watch my love reading for March, it was pretty funny because I innocently just threw out there that we had all of us had or it could have been translated as all of us had 6 inches coming in the next couple of hours. I got so many comments. So yeah, I guess it was true for you, but just like a day late. And he's probably a little bit longer than 6 inches, I would say. I don't know. But anyway, let me just see here. Gosh, the sweat and bullets thing really has to do with him having to keep that boundary with you that he's been trying to keep lately. So he is, I don't know what you're going to do there. She's in a situation, you guys, where she's really having to, he's really avoiding commitment. And and for him, like, sex is commitment. So he's avoiding sex because he doesn't want to like get sucked into her feminine power or something. I don't know. But Yeah, I think that's what he's like really nervous about, and probably what you're feeling is he knows that you guys are going to spend all that time watching that show tonight. He's going to be very attracted, and he's going to want to, well, do you? And he's going to not. I don't know. I feel like he's just really afraid he's going to give in. So
should I give in?
That's a good question. I get a no. Sorry. I get a no because I feel like you guys really have to be like on the same page. It'll be great when you guys finally do, but you got to be on the same page. You got to have respect for his boundaries, and you got to show him too that he can trust you. So it's like he needs to know that he can set that hot coal next to him and it's not going to burn him. That you have enough strength inside of you for the both of you, that you can hold to what you guys have agreed upon. And right now you guys have agreed upon friends, and that's it. So if he does want to take it to the next level, maybe just look him in the eye and say, when you're ready for commitment, we can do that. And I can't wait for that day. Oh my gosh, okay. Good luck.
Okay. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Oh my gosh, how funny. Oh. So let's see, do we have anybody else? Yes, we do. Hello?
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
So I have a question about a friendship right now.
Oh, it's 111 minutes right now.
Oh,
and 47 seconds, which equals 11.
Wow, that's
so go ahead and tell your all-important question.
Yeah, I mean, I have this friendship. I have a lot of things that are opening up in my life right now. Some travel, which is very unlike me. I'm going on a big trip, and like a lot of things are opening up. And I have an old friend that I'm just getting some funky energy from, and I think it's just some jealousy stuff. But
that's really coming up right now.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if this is a friendship that needs to be let go of, or if this is something that, it's an old friend, and I have been really like setting the intention to release like all cords and energies that no longer serve me. I got Reiki this week and all that, So I'm doing the work, and I'm wondering if this is one that I need to let go of, or if this is something that I should put effort into, like nurturing more and like moving through some of the problems that we're having.
That's a really good question.
Stuck with it. Yeah.
And you got to be so careful with this, because it's like, at least you don't have like a third party person trying to convince you not to be friends with her. That gets a little murky. Even if you're being told by your guides, sometimes like you can have imposter guides that are trying to fool you and stuff. So you really gotta, you gotta, discern. But let me see here. Let me feel this out. Yeah, you're right on the fence there. This is like a good friendship. It has a lot of really good stuff, a lot of good history, loyalty. It's got some really good parts. So, but, ultimately, I think what you got to ask yourself is, first of all, do you feel like she would support you in a difficult time? Do you think she'd be a good sounding board, a good mature person to bounce things off of in a difficult time? And that she would be kind of unbiased?
Well, so she's got a lot of codependency. I don't know that she'd be unbiased. I think, she's definitely been there for me through some of my difficult times, but the part I'm struggling with is she's almost she's a better friend when I'm struggling than when my light is shining and things are happening and everything's going well. Then it's like, it just kind of seems like, not that she wants me to be struggling.
That's too bad.
But it's weird that, it's like, I want her to be there as much for me as my universe starts opening up. Because I've done a lot of work I just celebrated 3 years of sobriety, and like, I've been working on myself hard for a few years, and now things are opening up, and I'm going on a trip to Bali at the end of the month, and I just started teaching yoga, and like a lot of really positive shifts are happening, and I think she's worried that I'm going to like leave her behind. but the energy she's sending my way is just weird, and it's been disappointing because I'm like, what? How come you can be there for me when I'm struggling, but not be there for me in my life? Does that make sense? So yeah,
I'm glad you.
Time.
I'm glad you said all that because it started to really come in when you said that. It was like I was getting a real good feel for her, and I would just say if somebody's not gonna support you in that, then definitely don't keep them around. You don't, just like with a guy, like if you're dating a guy and he doesn't see his worth with you and he's constantly thinking you're going to sneak off with some other guy or something like that, you know, if he doesn't take you seriously, like your word, if he thinks you're, I don't know, if somebody's constantly reading into what you're doing, they're not taking your word for what it is and they're not trusting you. And you know, this is not something she's going to be a burden to you. Not only is she going to be a burden to you, but jealousy can be like black magic. If it's not, you know, she could get desperate. She could even go to somebody about that. She could just be so jealous that she can't stand it. And it's like producing, you know, how I always say everything is energy. It's like what she's doing could actually be hindering you. It could be putting blocks on you.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, is it stopping some of my manifestations or slowing them down by continuing to allow her within my field?
We are manifesting so rapidly at this point in time that you got to watch every thought. I know. I'm telling you, like seconds.
It's
seconds.
Nuts. I know. I manifested a trip to
right
Bali in less than a week, and I was like, "Whoa, where did that come
That's
from?"
Awesome. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So this, I really do feel. And I may sound really callous and cold right here, but if your friend is not supporting you and being there for you like the way like you want, and if they seem like a weight that's hanging from your ankle, like a ball and chain, clip them off. They may grow up later.
When I got my Reiki done on Friday, the woman said that there was a female energy that felt like it was holding on to my ankles. So it's funny
I told you
on my ankle like a ball and chain.
Yeah, they're not mistakes. These things that just fly out of my mouth. So yeah, it's really like that. It's like cut that chain off. I mean, it doesn't.
Okay, that's what I was feeling.
Yeah, do it. Just everybody who's listening, if you have a friend that's a big burden like that, if they're just weighing heavy on you, or just if they're not totally supporting you in your ultimate authenticity, don't have anything to do with it anymore. And you don't owe them necessarily an explanation. If it's a friendship worth keeping, you might be able to talk it out or something because you might be jumping to conclusions. But so don't do that. Don't believe somebody's word over somebody else's just because, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt. But if they seriously are like very, very needy, they're like vampires, you feel sapped talking to them, you're just like, this is like, so much of a burden. Like don't waste your time, because the more time you waste in that kind of energy of frustration and like having to look out behind you for what they might do or what, you know, any of that stuff, cut it out. Just keep yourself in a high vibe state.
Yeah. And I think my spirit guide stepped in today because I was meaning to text my roommate something about her because I was frustrated, and that message actually went to her, and I was like, oh shit. But I'm like, maybe that happened for a reason. And it wasn't anything terrible. It was something that I wanted to tell her anyways, but I would have preferred to tell her myself rather than through an accidental text. But then I was like, well, maybe that wasn't an accident. Maybe the universe just stepped in for me.
Seriously. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think it's a good call. What she's really afraid of, though, here's the real truth of the truth of the truth of the truth. Okay. Everybody's looking out for themselves. Everybody looking out for themselves. So she's not glomming onto you. She's not hanging on to your ankles because she loves you. She's hanging on because she thinks you're a meal ticket. She's hanging on because she knows you're going places, and she wants to ride that coattail and make it easier for her. She feels like a sense of lack.
Wow.
She believes in lack, and she believes that she'll be left behind. She believes it's like without you, she can't do anything, right? So if she were to become like totally empowered and you were to give her $1 million, she may not have anything to do with you at all. She may decide she doesn't even like you anymore. So people have their motivation, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ultimate truth. If you have an ego, which most of us do on this earth, you're looking out for yourself. So, and as much as you say, otherwise, you're probably just trying to convince somebody of that. So, when you can really call it out like it is and say it like it is, then you can really just drop into your own authenticity and catch yourself. And you can you can see it when you can see yourself real clearly in your own stuff like that. You're like, oh, I'm just being their friend because of this. You're like, oh, that's kind of shitty. I think I won't be their friend anymore because I don't want to treat someone like that. When you call it out in yourself and you call it out in others, and then you just bring more and more authentic people into your life to where you're just like, hey, I really like you. You really benefit me in my life. Like, it feels good to be around you. I enjoy laughing with you. It's just really much more genuine and happy and easygoing, and maybe even build each other up. You even like teach each other things that each other doesn't know, and it's like a couple of kids playing. It doesn't have this feeling of having to pull somebody along or having to explain things to them all the time, or get defensive or any of that. We're coming to a time where we just don't have time for that anymore, you guys. We don't have time for that type of nonsense or
That's
drama.
What I literally told the guy that I'm like kind of seeing. I was like, I just don't have time for this shit anymore. Like, I'm trying to do big things, and so that's definitely confirmation.
Yay! So happy flying.
Yeah, thank you.
And there will be people. I mean, I should warn you too, you guys. A lot of feminines are really coming into their power, and they're really flying high, and they're doing amazing, beautiful things right now. And you will have people accuse you of things that you did not do, that you have no idea what they're even thinking. And you just got to let them attack you. You just got to let them do it. Or you got to let this, relative come to you and tell you you're crazy for going and moving to that place and doing this thing. You got to just not care, and just care and be there for you. Know your own truth. Stand in your own truth. Stand in your own power.
That's really good advice. Is it still moving? Yeah. Is it still moving forward pretty steady with the guy that's in my field? Can you?
Yeah.
Is any of that?
Yeah.
It is.
Yep. I just saw a Snickers bar.
A Snickers bar. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to be looking out for that.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I just feel like it's almost like he sees you as his Snickers bar. What?
No, we went out for ice cream last week, and I had Snickers ice cream. That's funny. Wow.
Oh, that is so funny. He remembered that. He's like, he put that in his memory bank. Like, remember, she likes Snickers ice cream.
Okay. That's good to hear, because I'm totally doing that thing where I'm like, where's it going? I hope it's moving along. And it's like, I know better than that. I know I need to just trust. But, I just wanted, I guess, some confirmation on that.
Yeah, now it's like whenever he sees a Snickers bar or anything, he'll be thinking of you. So that's really sweet. I love it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
well, thank you so much.
You guys
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a great night.
You too. Thanks, Amy. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye. All right. It looks like that's everybody. Wow, we got through, y'all. And I have to say, like, if you guys are following me on Instagram, I looked up at the time when it was 1:18 and 33 seconds. Oh my gosh. So anyway, you guys have yourselves a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, meal, lunchtime, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. I bless you. I love you. You guys are beautiful people. I really appreciate the support, and have a good one, and I'll talk to you next time on The Satori Show.